Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, of the many questions I've received over the past few days, there was one question from an individual from Pakistan who'd asked me, they noticed periodically in some of my episodes, I love doing abdominal acupuncture. Why? There are many answers to that. There are many reasons as to why I do, and why abdominal acupuncture is so beneficial to many individuals, to basically everyone, not many, everyone, is the fact that I speak so much about your gut being your second brain. And there's certain ways in which that second brain affects the primary brain, which is in your skull. There's so many ways that the gut affects your brain, you have no clue. Okay? And again, this all supports and follows why I state over and over and over and over and over so many times, along with seeing a physician on an annual basis, make regular wellness visits with an acupuncturist. Because there's so many ailments in which you face, and certain ways in which you're facing cognitive decline. There's just ways you're falling off, memory loss, so much. It has everything to do with your gut. Everything. And you see, with the use of abdominal acupuncture, I'm nourishing, tonifying, and balancing out and reinforcing chi and blood in both brains. The brain in your skull and the one in your gut. Okay? Your gut being the second brain. And that is a primary area of the body, a key area of the body, the middle jowl, which I speak of a lot, because it's responsible for all chi and blood derived after birth. And this is why, and this is not even to pat myself on the back, and I'll speak of this on rare occasion. But this is why, one of the reasons why the Acupuncture is My Life clinic here in New York City stays so busy. Because we educate our patients to that and then go to the next level with it. And they feel it, they experience it, they live it, notice changes in their life. And I'll say this to many individuals globally. Why? Because we experience that here at Acupuncture is My Life clinic in New York City. Once you start feeling great, it's always best to maintain some type of regular cycle of visiting your acupuncturist. Because my global colleagues, as well as myself, will see people get excited and feel like they're brand new all over again. I can stop. I never need to see an acupuncturist again. And then all of a sudden, 2 years later, Doc, I should have never stopped. I should have never stopped. Because now I feel as if I'm going to have to start all over again. Well, there's many answers or responses to that. But yes, to this individual from Pakistan, that's just one of the main reasons why here at Acupuncture is My Life in New York City, we love doing abdominal acupuncture. And this is important. You have to understand something. What goes on in your gastrointestinal tract tends to manifest itself in a person's mood. And that explains why so many individuals are experiencing elevated stress, a sense of feeling burnt out, anxiety, and so forth and so on. Many times, many individuals come in faced with anxiety issues, after careful diagnosis, I already know I got to work on that gut. And I changed their lives as a result of it. Why? Because your gut, more times than not, tends to be the root of your stress and anxiety. Because it's one of the major, or the major gateway to your brain. What do I say a lot about the spleen and stomach as how it's understood to function according to an acupuncturist? All postnatal chi and blood is derived from the middle jiao. The major organs representing the middle jiao is the spleen and stomach. You harmonize the spleen and stomach, and there's your nutrient source, and also how it's transported throughout the body. And that's via the spleen, and the residuals, the remains, are excreted from the body, which is governed and controlled by the stomach, because the stomach controls the downward flow of chi, and the spleen controls the upward flow of chi. So when the essences and nutrients are extracted from the foods in which you eat, it's the spleen that's in charge of the circulation of this essence throughout the body. And once you become spleen chi deficient, everything, cascading effect, downhill from there, health-wise. But your acupuncturist will pick that up right away. Right away. But your middle jiao is responsible for absorbing the essence from the foods that you eat. And it also nourishes your brain. Which direction does spleen chi go again? Up. So this communication that exists, that goes back and forth between your brain and your gut, biomedically, the communication happens through the vagus nerve pathway, which plays a critical role in a person's body's ability to rest and digest. Of course, affects the autonomic nervous system. So when you have a proliferation of harmful bacteria building up in your gut, the vagus nerve can then become inflamed and cause your cortisol levels to shoot up. And that leads to increased stress and anxiety. See an acupuncturist. I'm telling you, you should be seeing an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits. Because the food that you're eating, many times, more times than not, can serve as a root cause of your stress and anxiety. This is why I speak of, seeing an acupuncturist, undergoing Eastern nutrition consultation sessions. Because if you're sitting around eating ultra-processed foods that's loaded with sugar, saturated fats, and it has refined carbohydrates, you're not getting much in the way of nutritional value, but you're taxing the crap out of your body to eliminate that stuff. So what's happening? You're impairing the functions of the spleen and stomach to do its job. And there you go. Deficiency, chi and blood. And once you become chi and blood deficient, bam, there's problems. Because then you're naturally going to become stressed and your cortisol levels are going to shoot up again. So you sit with an acupuncturist, undergoing Eastern nutrition consultation session. You learn which foods are loaded with proper nutrition is beneficial for your gut, because everyone's different. So it's never a one-size-fits-all protocol. But these foods will help fight off phlegm damp accumulation to an acupuncturist, inflammation to you. And it's going to reduce the feelings of that burnout sensation or anxiety and stress. Some of you ever experience brain fog? Have a lot to do with what's going on in that middle jiao. I hate using the word gut. I like, as an acupuncturist, to say middle jiao. But notice when you're constantly feeling like this foggy sensation, brain fog, and you feel slow and you can't process information adequately, you just simply ask yourself this question. What's wrong with my brain? Why isn't it functioning properly? How do you feel when you eat garbage? How does your body feel? You feel sluggish. You feel like you feel like you're sort of stagnant. Nothing is really moving. Well, hello, your brain is also sort of like, it's a muscle itself. So if it's not being properly nourished by the second brain, which is your middle jiao, then guess what? That's the outcome, brain fog. Because once there's a deficiency of qi in blood or stagnation of qi in blood, excess phlegm damp accumulation in the middle jiao, you're going to experience mental fatigue. A healthy middle jiao is super important for proper cognitive function. So your common symptoms you're going to experience as a result of some sort of deficiency or excess pattern or some pattern that's not good in your middle jiao will result in lack of mental clarity. What are examples of that? In biomedicine, it would be the equivalent of Crohn's disease, celiac disease, SIBO, which is small intestine bacterial overgrowth, irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, which acupuncturists treat all the time. So, poor health in the middle jiao can cause headaches, brain fog, fainting. I see many patients with chronic headaches. I know to go right to the stomach. Go to the stomach. Focus on the gut microbiome. Because the microbiome that's in your middle jiao, I hate that word gut. It helps in the communication between your body's internal as well as external environment. So disturbances in that balance of the microbiome leads to these types of medical conditions. One being brain fog or feeling bloated or fainting, headaches. Because now you're facing a malabsorption of nutrients. And there you go, middle jiao again. There's a deficiency that's going to develop from that. Which is why I say over and over. Over and over and over and over. Health is wealth. Because when you're healthy, you're wealthy. Many people equate it, I got so much money in the bank. But then you get to know him or you see him and you're like, what the fuck? You are not healthy, bro. What's going on with you? You have a lot of money put away, but the wealth, it's not in the bank or in the safe. It's not in an app on your phone, nor is it in a cryptocurrency account. So many times I want to tell many people, the wealth is not in your wallet, it's not in your purse, nor is it in your pocket. It's not under your mattress, it's not in a shoebox in a closet, nor is it under the doghouse in the backyard. The wealth is in you. So you want to brag about your wealth, but you're willing to stand in front of a person looking like total shit. Get your ass to an acupuncturist. That's where you should be. Because also many of you don't even understand, as I'm saying, your gut impacts your mental health. You're feeling down constantly. Oh my gosh, I'm depressed. And I'm not making fun of depression because that's a serious problem. And if you're faced with depression, go see an acupuncturist right away. If you're chronically feeling down, and you don't know who to blame, what to blame. Oh, it's the world that I live in, or it's me. It's all me. Yeah, it is you. But it can have a lot to do with your gut health. And this is why we even have psychotherapists in our network. But many, many times, when they do their sessions, they come back and report to us. It's their gut. Yes. There's a huge link between the microbiome that exists in your middle jiao and your mental well-being, because it affects your levels of stress, anxiety, depression, cognition. Go a week and just eat organic fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds, and drink plenty of room temperature water, and don't touch anything else. You'll be pissed because you feel like, oh my gosh, I could eat a building. But guess what? If you take the time to just sit down, your mental clarity would be like, boom. But you want to amp that up? See an acupuncturist. Woo. But so many are unaware that their digestive condition, the digestive state in their middle jiao, can negatively affect their mental health. Because gastroparesis, right, slows down or stops food movement from your stomach to your small intestine, which is going to impact the gut-brain connection. Okay? And then in turn, it creates a vicious cycle, because now psychological conditions that develop as a result will now in turn further negatively impact digestion, decrease your appetite, slut your gut motility. Boom, and here comes depression. The health of your middle jiao can also trigger cognitive decline. Why? Phlegm damp accumulation, i.e. inflammation, can lead to neuroinflammation, which is inflammation of the brain. And then when that happens, it tends to trigger neurodegenerative diseases. And now this is what's so awesome about the Acupuncture is My Life clinic in New York City, is not only do we specialize in abdominal acupuncture, we also specialize in neuroacupuncture. So sometimes we may have to treat both brains because neurodegenerative diseases have been triggered. And there you go. And we try and teach you how the functions of your middle jiao, or your gut, I hate using that word, plays a role in dementia, bipolar disorder, Alzheimer's, major depressive disorder, Parkinson's, schizophrenia, and so on. And that's why I thought it was an awesome question this person from Pakistan asked. Seriously. Because so many individuals are unaware of how powerful acupuncture is and how it plays or can play its part even in brain health, the health of both brains. So stop bullshitting yourself and make acupuncture a part of your life, okay? Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?